Oh, look, PC nerds. You're finally getting a game that I've been playing for a year. Oh, you guys are chomping at the bit. Can't wait to pay $70 to play Monster Hunter Rise. Monster Hunter Rise. Meanwhile, I've got 200 hours in that game on Switch. I'm done with it. It's irrelevant. Nobody's talking about it anymore. The only people that are going to be talking about it come January 12th are all the neckbeard, no-life having losers, much like yourself. All 12 of you. Can't wait. You already got it pre-ordered on Steam. You can't wait to play Monster Hunter Rise. Now, here is your fatal mistake. Here is your fatal flaw. Instead of wising up and just buying a superior system, the Nintendo Switch is the greatest investment you'll ever make in your life. And if you don't have one, I refuse to acknowledge you. I am above you on every level, be it intellectual, physical, emotional, and everything in between. Instead of buying the better system and playing these exclusive games on, you're going to cling to your PC, hold on to it with dear life, and wait a year. You know, the only currency that we cannot exchange here is time, my friends. And you're going to choose this, of all things, as the hill to die on. This is going to be what you sell your soul and give up your life for. You swear by an inferior piece of garbage to play your games on. And you get them a year later, 2 years later in the case of Sony's games. It's just absolutely pathetic. And let's not forget, Monster Hunter Rise is a complete trash heap of a video game. Now, let's be honest, and you sensitive little snowflakes better cover your ears, because I'm going to be out here dropping truth bombs the size of nuclear warheads for the next 9 minutes. Monster Hunter Rise was complete garbage. Monster Hunter, the series, has had nothing. It's been nothing but a string of low points that somehow managed to outdo every single earlier entry in mediocrity, shit gameplay, ridiculous art styles, and just the most basic bare bones of gameplay mechanics that you would come to expect from crappy Capcom. I mean, really, at this point, they're just phoning it in. And all the Monster Hunter fans out here are buying into it hook, line, and sinker. I'm absolutely disgusted with the quote-unquote Monster Hunter fan base because they are a bunch of no-taste having losers. They're clowns. Well, I don't care whether you play Monster Hunter World on your Xbox, PS4, or Monster Hunter Rise on your Switch, or the earlier Monster Hunter games on PSP. The series has always been a monumental failure. It is a complete joke. It is a complete joke. And if you're playing this game, if you're excited to play this game on PC, you're a joke too. You're the biggest joke of the industry. You're so fucking sad. Not only have you signed your entire identity away to the platform that you play your games on, but you're excited for a garbage game. What's wrong with you? You're also probably excited for God of War to come to PC, an equally worthless game that, again, the PC is a shit platform, but after the next week, after having Monster Hunter Rise, after having God of War release on it, after having eventually Uncharted 4 release on it, it's going to be actively worse. These games actively detract from the library that the PC offers. It makes it an actively less desirable platform. It's just this cold, sad, hard reality that the PC nerds don't want to acknowledge. Monster Hunter is the type of game that if I'm engaging in conversation with you and you tell me that you play Monster Hunter, I laugh in your face, I shove you to the ground, and I make you visualize the fact that I am above you in every facet of life. I don't play that trash. Imagine playing Monster Hunter in 2022. This is a franchise that peaked back in, 2005 on the PSP? You fucking nerds are out here living in the past. Get with the times. Get with modern games like Balan Wonderworld, which push the industry forward light years. Balan Wonderworld did for video games what Jurassic Park did for films. And of course, we all remember Jurassic Park. directed by Spielberg, the greatest director this century and last century, if we're being honest. He did things with a camera that no other director could do if they had 20 centuries, okay? Just facts. Just dropping these facts. You can pick them up. You can choose to accept them. You can ignore them. Doesn't change the fact that I'm out here spitting one language, honesty. And the most honest thing I can say to you right now, me to you, God to man, is that Monster Hunter is a fucking joke, plain and simple. I mean, you take the concept, right? It's literally repetitive, grindy garbage. I mean, I used to play Monster Hunter for about 5 fucking minutes, and then I realized what absolute trash it was. All right, you people come out here and clown on the MMO society, the MMO fan base for repetitive, grindy games. Why don't you look at the Monster Hunter crowd? There's literally one mechanic: combat with the monsters. That's it. That is the whole game. And the combat's not even that good. And, you know, it was really, really bad. It was mediocre as hell in the earlier games, but Monster Hunter World made it so much worse. That was the worst game in the franchise until Monster Hunter Rise came along. And then Rise came along, and the only thing I saw rising here were the negative reviews and also the checks Capcom sent out to fight off the negative reviews. You'll notice that all, of course, the mainstream paid off. Gaming journalism, the modern landscape, your GameSpots, your IGNs, your Destructoids, all of them praised Monster Hunter Rise. But you look on the consumer side, the user reviews, it's a lot more mixed reception. I wonder why that is. Capcom has attempted on multiple fronts to reach me and supply me with generous donations, hoping to buy my silence on this matter. I wasn't having it. You can go back and look at when Monster Hunter Rise released on the Switch. I exposed it. I exposed that trash game for the absolute garbage tier piece of dilapidated shit it truly was. And now I'm out here doing the same favor for the PC crowd. You PC nerds would be lost without me. You PC peasants would be buying garbage without me, without my guidance. Oh, but Dad, man, we were on the PC, man. I ain't planning on buying this at all. I'm just going to pirate it. Listen, if you're going to go through the effort of pirating this piece of shit, you're going to waste the hard drive space. You're going to go out of your way to play a game that I'm commanding you not to. You are dead to me. Don't ever speak to me. Don't ever acknowledge me. My presence would be actively detracted if I acknowledged you. My status as a god would be put into question if I engaged with a Monster Hunter fan, pirate or no, on any level. And that's why I will always be better than you. That is why I was put here to do God's work. That is why with every breath that I inhale, with every video I put out, with every truth bomb that I choose to unload on you and the rest of the peasants, you should be tithing to me. You should be bowing down at my fucking feet. You should be asking to kiss the toes of dead metal, because then your lips may grace a fragment of God's presence. I am out here to do one thing. I am out here to save the industries that I love. And I can't very well do that if you and your neckbeard clown friends continue buying these garbage-ass games. So consider this the 11th commandment, fuckers. If you buy Monster Hunter Rise, if you pirate Monster Hunter Rise, if you play Monster Hunter Rise, you are the joke. You are the punchline to the joke that Capcom put out into the world when it unleashed this abortion of a game a year ago. Don't be that joke. You're better than that. You'll never be as great as me, but you can try, all right? All you need to do is click on my videos and you see what heaven looks like. This is the paradise that could await you if you believe in the dead metal message, if you buy in and join the dead metal militia, because that's what we're about. We're about truth, we're about honesty, we're about justice, and we're about pulling the fucking curtain out and exposing these trash industries for what they are, calling out these horrible practices, and bringing the facts to the table, facts that you, up until very recently, have been completely oblivious and docile to. That all ends today. Monster Hunter Rise could be the first game that you actively avoid after hearing my message, and then we welcome you into the Brotherhood. We extend our open arms. We are not an inclusive organization. We handpick the greatest warriors that your Earth can offer and ask them to take up arms in the name of Dead Metal Media. We ask them to join the fight because nobody else out here is exposing these garbage games. All these paid off guys on YouTube expect to see videos. Whoa, Monster Hunter Rise is amazing on PC over the next coming week because they got a fat check from crappy Capcom that they cashed into their bank account in exchange for lies. You know what you don't get with me? You don't get a sheep. You don't get a liar. You don't get the wool pulled over your eyes in the name of paid sponsorships. You just get the God's honest truth the way that only Dead Metal could deliver it.